Welcome to 52 Weeks of Horror, where we are making that scary, and today we have some questions.
We got questions, and not just any questions. We got tagged by Nightmare Maven in the My Life in Movies tag.
Really?
Yes, this is what it is.
I don't know these questions,
My
honestly.
Life in Movies tag. So we're going to try to answer all these questions as best as we can, but we're going to do a little twist and only count horror movies. So if it's like my first movie, I'm going to go with my first horror movie, not my first actual movie, because I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So are you ready?
I am. How many questions are there? I don't know.
There are 14 questions. First steps. The first...
I don't remember those.
We're not talking about your first steps.
Oh.
They all have titles.
Oh, okay. Okay.
First steps. The first film you remember seeing as a kid. So I didn't mean to pull that out, but
Okay.
first horror film you remember seeing as a kid.
First horror film I remember seeing as a kid. Ooh, that's a good one. So it's got to be horror film. So it can't be like a cartoon,
Well, if it scared you, go for it. Do your thing.
Because I remember Casper. I remember watching Casper as a kid, as like a child ghost story. But if we're going to go with actual feature film, oh man, that's hard. But I'm going to go with. I think it's either Monster Squad or Jaws. But I think Jaws came much earlier. So I'm going to go with Jaws. That is my first horror film that I remember watching, and it's clearly influenced me since then.
It's there.
So, how about you, Haley?
Mine was Halloween that I remember specifically because I wasn't supposed to be watching TV, and I did. I turned on the TV, and the first thing I see is I think it's Laurie running. I haven't watched Halloween enough.
Laurie Strode,
because it freaked me out enough. Like, I'm not kidding. Up until I was 24, I didn't watch this movie because of this incident. But she was, she's running from door to door and nobody's letting her in, and that terrified me as a kid.
Fair enough.
Number 2, teenage crush. Which actor or actress did you have a crush on?
I'm going to assume this is horror.
We're going to go with horror.
Horror film actress. For me, oh man. I'm going to go with, what's her name?
In what film?
I hate that I can't remember her name right now. It was from Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 2, the love interest girl. Although, Heather Langenkamp was pretty cute too. Although, no, the girl who played Tina, I thought she was so cute. There, she died. And I do remember A Nightmare on Elm Street, though. Like, the girls in Nightmare on Elm Street, I don't know, they were just like, ooh, I don't know what I'm feeling, but I like this.
I would go with Corey Feldman.
Oh, nice.
Just because we were like the same age when I watched that movie. And then Edward Furlong in Pet Sematary 2.
Nice.
And, I mean, he was awesome in Terminator 2.
Right.
He just did sequels.
Yeah.
And then Ryan Reynolds in Blade Trinity.
Fair enough.
Question number 3.
Oh.
Bad choices, good outcome. A movie you watched and ended up enjoying even though you wanted or thought you would hate it.
Ah, yes. I can tell you exactly what this was because I remember it was my birthday. My friends and I were we were getting just sloshed. And I was like, let's go watch a bad horror film. And they're like, okay, cool. And I was like, I can't wait to go see the remake of Fright Night because this is going to be awful. The original was great. Went to see it. Walked out there going, I love it. I freaking love it. David Tennant. Chris Sarandon was also. And,
Anton Yelchin.
Anton Yelchin. Breaks my heart. But yes, I walked into that movie thinking it was going to be terrible. Walked out loving it. Own it.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
That was a good film.
It was.
I liked it. What film did I want to hate but ended up liking? Oh, okay. You're Next.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to hate that film so bad because it looked so dumb.
It did.
And then that first kill happened, and then it was so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's if you are a gore lover, that film just kill. So good. It killed it. We're going to get a little intimate now.
Oh.
You went on a first date.
Uh-huh.
What movie did you see?
I can answer this one. Exorcist. The Exorcist.
Really?
Yeah, I went. It was a girl. She said that she had never seen The Exorcist. It was playing at like a dollar theater, and I said, "Well, this should be good." So yeah, I took her to see The Exorcist. She didn't really watch the movie, to be fair, but
She was
I tried.
Scared. She was scared.
Yeah, she was clinging on to me.
It wasn't me.
It
wasn't me.
No.
I would have been like, yes.
How are you?
I don't think I ever saw horror movies on first dates because most people didn't want to go see horror movies on first dates.
That's why they were only.
That's why those never worked out. I did go see. What did I see?
Well, first date movies are a bad idea anyway. You shouldn't be going to a movie on your first date. Just saying. If your idea of a first date is a movie, that's not a good first date.
Really?
Yeah. Because, I mean, what are you going to do? Okay, hi, we're just meeting each other, but don't speak. Please, whatever you do, let's get into a dark room and don't say a word. That is never how a good first...
And then let me drop you off the edge.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I was on a date when I went and saw the Friday the 13th remake, and I had no problem with it. A lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was cool. It had great kills. I have a theme. I didn't kill all these people, though, that I went on dates with, just to state that. But I think Friday the 13th was a date that I went on to go see a horror movie. But most of my first dates were not horror movie, just because they did not meet the criteria.
And to be fair, the girl I did go see a first date with, The Exorcist, we had known each other for a while at that point. It was kind of more of a, hey, I'm going to go see this movie. What are you doing tonight? Okay.
Question number 5. Home comforts. What movie reminds you of time with your family? This is going to be funny, making it horror-oriented.
You know what? That's not right. I'm gonna change. Can I change? I want to change this up just a smidge.
Okay, change
Because
it up.
I don't think of this movie as time with my family, but I think of it as time when I was younger.
Okay, that works.
Because I mean, I could say Ghostbusters was with my family because we sat around as a family and watched it, but that's not the movie I would choose. The movie that I think of as me as a child that basically wraps up my childhood is Stand By Me. Because
I thought you were going to go with Jaws again.
No. Because I mean, when I was a kid, I lived near train tracks, and I would, with my friends, we would just kind of get together, grab some snacks, and we just go up the train tracks and see what we could find. And it was always fun. And I remember that vividly as a little kid. And I remember watching Stand By Me for the first time and being like, that's my life.
My childhood, right
That's
there.
right there. That's what I do.
We went to find dead bodies.
We found dead things, but it wasn't...
You found a dead kid?
So, I mean, that was me. Like, that reminds me of my childhood when I did live with my family.
That's good. Yeah, that works. That works.
So, okay. How about you?
Saw. No, my mom and I watched Saw when it first came out, and I just remember it being a good time, and like, what is going on? This is insane. And then the final reveal, and you're like, what?
Right.
That and Sixth Sense was another family one. We didn't watch horror movies all the time together, but those were a couple that we did watch. Question number 6. First heartbreak. What movie really upset you or hit you more than you thought? Horror movie.
Horror movie that upset... I mean, I don't go to horror movies to feel upset. So, I don't know. I don't know this one. I was not expecting heartbreak horror.
I know. We could get deep with these questions.
I know, right?
He has to now scan over our bookshelf, movie shelf to figure out his answer.
I have no clue. I know.
I think I know what you're going to go with, too.
I think the first time I really felt kind of heartbreak was when I watched Frankenstein.
I was way off, but that's such a good answer.
I think that was one of the first times I was like, you know what? It's not the monster's fault. You know, you almost start feeling bad for the creature, and you're just like, you know what? Maybe I can kind of relate to the monster, and I think that's the power of Frankenstein. And I think looking back on it, like, yeah, but I can, you can imagine it's like, oh, it's just that utter loneliness. And I can totally see why the monster is the way he is. I almost feel bad for him. How about you?
I could go one of two ways with this. All right. Heartbreak. I Am Legend. God, that was a horrible movie. No, I'm sorry, spoiler alert for a terrible movie, but when the dog dies in I Am Legend, it's very sad. Very, very sad.
We'll do it.
Question number 7. Leaving home. What movie was the first you watched without your family?
Oh, man, that's hard. Because there was a few I remember seeing when I was in college. Some friends and we would go see bad horror films. Well, we didn't know they were bad yet until we saw them. To be fair, we went to go see horror films. And I don't, but I can't remember which order they came in. And I think the one I saw in the theater, that was a horror film by myself not by myself, but with a family. Yeah, was House of the Dead.
Wow.
Yeah, the Sega.
Wow.
I think it was Yui Bowl Sega film. My friend and I, we went to that. And Todd, we were sitting in the theater going, oh, this is so bad. Like, there were people in the theater, and they were funnier and more hilarious to listen to than the movie because they were just cracking up. We were just like, oh, this is so bad. This is amazing. It's so bad.
Oh, that's amazing.
So, yeah. How about you?
I'm going to go with before I moved out.
Mm-hmm.
But the first horror movie I remember seeing in theaters with, it was my brother and our babysitter, which rocked at that time, but took us to see Bride of Chucky.
Ah, okay. Nice.
Think about how old I was when I saw that movie.
I don't know.
I was much younger. I probably did not need to be seeing Bride of Chucky at the time. But I still love that movie. It's one of my favorites. Question number 8. Good times. What movie do you watch the most and why?
Jaws. Awesome. Done.
It's his favorite. I would say the one that I watch the most is The American Scream.
Ah, yeah, it's a documentary.
It's a documentary on home haunts, and it's amazing. You should check it out. I think it's on Amazon.
No, you have to buy it now.
Oh yeah, you have to buy it, but it's still really good, and you should check it out.
Yeah, it used to be on Netflix, but now it's not. So
we both watch it a lot.
Right.
Even if it's just background noise, and then we find ourselves quoting the actual people in the documentary because we are that geeky.
We're dorky.
It's just...
But those people are awesome. I mean, what can I say?
And I first watched it because you had me watch it.
Yeah.
And you're like, you have to check this out. This is pretty cool. And it get us in the mood for Halloween. And then we just watched it like 3 times that weekend.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 9. Learn a new language. What is your favorite non-English language film? Horror film.
Oh, okay. That's a good question. There's several. I can think of several off the top of my head. And what's awesome and yet kind of annoying because like the German expressionist movies are silent, so you're kind of like, oh, that does it count? I don't even know.
Silence can be in different languages too.
That's true. But since it's silent, I'm not going to use that. Oh man, I have two. I have two that I can use. Well, okay, I'm gonna talk about both of them. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna talk about both of them, but briefly, very briefly. So the first one I'm gonna go with is kind of a blend of horror, creature feature, and action. Set in historical France. It is called The Brotherhood of the Wolf, also called Le Coupe de Loup or something like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Le Coupe de Loup?
Le Coupe de Loup. But great movie. It's about the beast of the Jeu du Vent, which, if you don't know, is a creature that ran around, I believe it was 1774-ish area, France, and killed off like 200 and like some odd, it might be 400, I don't know, but off the top of my head, but it was like peasants, people were being killed. Fascinating story, really happened, but this movie was based off of that. My second one, and again, this is a toss-up for me, would be Let the Right One In. Freaking great movie. I love it.
Think of that one.
Yeah, good stuff. Both are great and love them.
That's awesome.
What's yours?
Funny Games.
Oh, right.
The original Funny Games.
I should have guessed.
That's an amazing film, and the remake is amazing too because it's shot for shot, same film, just a little teeny bit modernized, but not enough to annoy the crap out of you.
Yeah.
Question number 10.
Yeah.
Can't leave the sofa. What series on TV got you hooked? So I'm going to count TV and Netflix for this.
Okay. I'm going to go old school. When I could watch TV, because I was way back in the day, I'm going to go with the X-Files. I watched the premiere, first episode on television, on Fox, was like, this is a great show. Are there going to be more? Because I wasn't sure at that point. And they're like, next week on the X-Files, like, oh my God, I have found my new favorite show. And it was. Anyway, how about you?
Well, the whole reason I said the Netflix thing is I'm going to go with Stranger Things because,
nice.
My God, it's so good. And that was one I did not expect to be good. Right. I don't know. Everyone else did, but I was just kind of like, I'll watch it. And then I fell in love with it. And now I can't wait for season 2, which I have to wait till Halloween for.
But it's going to be delicious.
The Upside Down's coming out. Okay.
All right, number 11? 12? What are we on?
11!
Yay.
We're getting there. All right. Sick day. Sorry, I just realized. Stranger Things, question 11. What? Question 11, sick day. What movie do you watch if you don't feel well or to cheer you up?
Okay. Well, that's hard because I don't normally watch particular horror.
He doesn't admit he's sick ever.
Oh, you know what I do like to watch just occasionally, just because it's fun for me. It's just like a kind of blast from the past. The Monster Squad. That always makes me happy.
Yes.
Because Wolfman has freaking nards and you can kick them. Kick them nards.
Oh my gosh.
Kick them nards. I love that movie.
That little girl in that movie is so cute. Movies I watch when I'm down.
Uh-huh.
I have 3.
Oh.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Glass House on the Left.
Oh,
and Devil's Rejects. Because my day cannot be as bad as the victims in those movies.
That's true. I do like to watch like a war movie personally when I'm feeling down because it's never that bad.
Question number 12. Looking to the future. What movies are you looking forward to seeing? It, yeah. Pretty much that's what I'm looking forward to see.
Yeah, I mean, there are horror movies that come out on a weekly basis, and I look forward to seeing a bunch of them. But if we're going to go with mainstream type film, I am looking forward to seeing it. I do want to see that film. I liked the original when I was a kid. The book is great, and I want to see it. And I'm curious to see how they're going to take this film. Because you can, if you read the book and you watch the original film, it can go many different ways. So I'm curious how they're going to do it.
I'm curious to see what they put in and what they leave out.
They can definitely leave out a few things.
Mm-hmm. Question number 13. Oh, I guess I didn't write down what the title of this one was, but what old movie do you want to see remade? We actually touched on this, I believe, on a previous episode.
I believe so. You know which one I would like to see remade? I would like to write it personally, or at least be a part of. But it doesn't matter. I would still like to see it be remade. Is Something Wicked This Way Comes.
Oh, that's so.
I think that that is one of those underrated Disney films that kind of got, fluffed off because, Disney wasn't usually that dark. They did have their Touchstone thing, their Touchstone that dealt with more darker elements, but Disney's Something Wicked This Way Comes, I think could be updated and made so cool. You have like the carnival, the dark carnival, and it's so good. It's so good. I think it could really work.
I'm on the same page with you, actually, on that Disney film that was really terrible and needs to be remade into the horror movie that it actually is Alice in Wonderland. Because that's what that film should have been. It should not have been... I just need to calm down because I have so many things to say about that. We have one question left, Jeffrey.
All right, let's do it.
One question left.
Do it.
End of the road.
End of the road.
Question 14. What 3 films do you think you'll always enjoy watching?
Jaws, Stand By Me, Halloween.
Yeah, that totally suits you. Mine would be Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Last House on the Left, and Funny Games.
Nice.
Just, you can't go wrong with those.
Yeah, that's good.
Hold on, I threw my paper away, and I didn't really think about the fact that I have stuff written down on it.
Oh.
All right, so now you've learned a little bit more about 52 Weeks of Horror and the various films we like and why we are the way we are. But now it's time to tag other people.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to continue the cycle.
Yeah, the cycle don't stop here.
So thank you, Nightmare Maven, for tagging us in this, and you're freaking amazing. We love you. We love your channel, and we really hope you make it out here to California and LA to at least, we'll hang out, if anything. And maybe do a collaboration. That would be freaking cool.
Let's do it.
But we're going to tag some people.
All right.
We're going to tag Hallow Wheatley. I've watched your channel, and you need to do this video as well. Yeah, I love your channel, by the way. We love your channel. You're great. Bloodbath and Beyond. Guys, we're tagging you. We're calling you out. You have to do this as well. And Horror Gal Susan, I know you were tagged in the previous video by Nightmare Maven, but we still haven't seen it. So, honey, it's your turn.
Bring it.
Yeah, so.
Cool. Anyway, thank you, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to keep making that scary. Haley, where can they find us?
You can subscribe below, or you can also check us out on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, everywhere else. It's 52 Weeks of Horror.
All right, and don't forget to keep making that scary, and we'll see you next time.